You know, owning a Model A requires a ton of maintenance. There are dozens of lubrication points. There's things that you need to do every 500 miles, every 1,000 miles, every 1,500 miles. And there's a lot of things that are just mechanically adjusted and lubricated and whatnot. And Ford knew this when they created the Model A. But more importantly, Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company knew that the real profits were at the dealerships and getting the cars back to get serviced. And it's really no different today if you think about it. But back then, Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company were producing training videos showing dealership owners and service managers and salespeople the importance of getting that car back in the dealership. And that's what today's video is all about. This is an original film from the Ford Motor Company, and you're going to see it. I did a little bit of narration in it as well. So let's get at the movie. In every town, on every main street, there stands a Ford dealership, a place where progress is delivered on four wheels, where craftsmanship meets trust, and where the sale does not end when the motor first turns over. This picture was produced to show and train Ford dealers how true success is built with the customer, not in a single transaction, but in a lasting relationship. Now, a customer enters the Ford showroom at the local Ford dealership. He's not merely looking at an automobile, though. He is investing in transportation, dependability, and peace of mind. And the Ford salesman should understand this, so his job is to listen to the customer, to explain the features and benefits of the new Model A, and demonstrate the new Model A. So the Model A is presented not as a luxury car, but as a reliable partner for daily life. A fair price is probably agreed upon, hands are shaken, and the sale is made. But for the wise Ford dealership, this is only the beginning. The salesman does not rush this moment when the customer arrives. He knows that confidence needs to be built here. So the salesperson explains all of the controls, all of the instruments, and the importance of proper care of the vehicle, even down to checking the oil. But then he speaks of something even more important. He goes on by saying that the automobile is a finely balanced machine. It's built for endurance, but dependent on care. The salesman explains regular service protects the owner's investment. It ensures safety. It preserves performance. Oil must be changed, brakes inspected, shocks adjusted. All of the adjustments made by trained mechanics at the Ford dealership. This is not an inconvenience. It is good business for both the customer and the dealer. And the Ford Motor Company knows this, hence the reason why this training film was developed. Hey friends, if you haven't heard about my book yet, it's called Rust Buckets, and it's available on Amazon in both paper or hardbound, I should say softbound maybe, and on Kindle. Now there's over 160 photographs in this book. They're all color, and it is a pictorial book, so it's not a whole lot of reading, but a whole lot of viewing. I'll throw a link down in the description so that you can get your copy and help support my channel by doing so. Now, let's get back to today's video.
The service manager greets the customer personally. He speaks plainly. He speaks honestly. He is a man who understands machines and people. He's trained to do so. So he assumes the owner that every Ford brought here will be cared for as if it was his own. Trust is established and confidence is earned. The service manager actually takes the time to invite the customer into the service department. Here there is an order of cleanliness and efficiency. Mechanics work with purpose. They're trained in Ford methods, using Ford-approved tools. This is no backroom repair shop. This is a system. And the service manager makes sure the customer knows this. The service manager explains the lubrication process. Proper oil protects the engine, reduces wear, extends life. Regular intervals of 500 miles are recommended and recorded. The customer sees that care today prevents costly repairs tomorrow. But it's not just lubrication either. The service manager takes and turns the attention to safety. Brakes are inspected and adjusted. Shocks are inspected and adjusted. Tires are checked for wear and pressure. Steering components are examined. Alignments are performed. These services protect not only the automobile, but the people who ride within it. Safety is not an optional. It is essential. And the service manager makes sure to get that point across. But the Ford Motor Company also wanted to expand on profits as well as helping the dealerships expand on profits. So by getting the point across that only genuine Ford parts are used at the dealership, those Ford parts are designed for the Model A. They're tested by the factory. They're guaranteed to fit and perform just like the original parts. Now, imitations may cost less today, but cost more in the end. And the customer sees the difference. There's also records and reminders, and that's done by the service department. Service records are maintained, mileage noted, work recorded, future needs anticipated. The customer will be reminded when these services and maintenances need to be performed. For the customer and the dealership, it isn't guesswork, it's planned care. Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company believed in progress, not only in manufacturing, but in methods. Their philosophy was that the automobile that they sold today would return tomorrow for service. And so this film was to motivate dealerships to make sure that they saw it return to the dealership for service.
Hey, I hope you really enjoyed that. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.